Okay, we've just come through our first presidential debate, and I'm wondering if any of you, like me, got triggered by it. I mean, really triggered, where I sat back and I cringed and I turned away from it, much like I did as a child when I heard my parents fighting. And I didn't like it. I was unnerved. I was unsettled. I didn't like the way they were talking to each other. I'm not here. I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center. I'm not here to make a political statement. There will be nothing political in this video. Rather, I really want to talk about what can we learn as a nation, as humanity, as we watch these two men, President Trump and Vice President Biden, as we watch them talk to each other and interact with each other. Have you ever sat in the same room when your parents were fighting? Or when some couple was fighting, or when you were fighting with your mate, and you knew this is not the way we were designed to be. This is not humanity at its best. I'm not here to judge or condemn either man, but I'm here to suggest there's some things that we can learn. In a sense, what we watched was a mirror of us as a nation. It's a mirror of me. It's a mirror of you. Now, you might cringe when I say that, like, oh, no way, I couldn't talk like that. Really? I've talked like that. I've talked like both men talk to each other. I've been dismissive. I've been argumentative. I've been in the courtroom. And so it was a mirror to me, and I didn't like what I saw. So I'm going to give you some things to think about. From a psychological perspective, what we can learn from the presidential debates, or at least from the first debate. And I understand that the second one, I hope, is going to be much more humane and dignified and respectful. But what I've discovered is that actually high conflict couples are not dignified. They're not respectful. They don't really attempt to communicate with one another. There are 5 qualities of a high conflict couple. And it's a little bit of a stretch to think about President Trump and Vice President Biden as a couple, but they were two people who were attempting to communicate with each other. But were they really attempting to communicate? All right, high conflict couples. Number 1, high conflict couples are locked in oppositional stances. They view their mate as the enemy, as someone that they should fight, rather than seeking ways of collaboration. I think we really saw that in the debate. And again, I see it in me, I see it in humanity, and I don't like what I see. Number 2, couples who are in high conflict are angry with each other, frequently angry. Nothing wrong with the emotion of anger if it's used correctly, but if it's used passive-aggressively, we saw that. If it's used dismissively, we saw that. If it's used to put another down and to dominate, we saw that. It's not healthy. It creates division, not connection. Number 3, high conflict couples tend to blame and fault find. It's you. No, it's you. No, it's you. It's crazy, right? It's not communication. It's not collaboration. It's not cooperation. It's not communion. It's division. Number 4, high conflict couples rigidly hold their beliefs about the other person, and they name call them. You're just a this, you're just a that. Yeah, you're always this, you're always that. Oh, you're just a this. Oh my goodness, and it creates such division, such tension, such courtroom-like behavior instead of sanctuary behavior. And it's wrong, and it's unhealthy. And we see it in our leaders, and we see it in ourselves. And last, number 5, high conflict couples have little insight into their own contributions to the problems. Fault finding says it's all you. It's none me. It's all your fault. It's not my fault. Can you just even consider how this creates division and animosity? It's provocation. It's needling another person. Whereas, what's the solution? We know the solution. It's humility and vulnerability. So again, all right, what can we learn? We can learn as we watch, we can learn that there's a healthy way to communicate. We can learn that we're like President Trump in some way. We're like Vice President Biden in some way. We communicate like them in some way, like they do in some way, and we need to change and we need to grow. So rather than throw stones at either one of them, as a psychologist, as someone who's interested in connection and helping couples and people to really connect, let's be vulnerable, let's be open, let's be transparent, and let's exhibit humility. And that, my friends, will create connection. Okay, God bless.